top story today. We're hearing from survivors of the recent settlement reached with the Diocese of Rochester. This has been in court for years now. It's focused on childhood clergy sexual abuse. Isabel Garcia joins us now in studio. Isabel, a lot of emotion attached to all of this today.
Yes, absolutely, Adam. Certainly a long time coming as well for the nearly 500 victims or survivors in this case, where last week we learned a $246 million settlement was reached. Now, two local victims tell me this is the beginning of closure as they continue to hold on to their faith.
There's just a thread that runs through of alcohol abuse, promiscuity, drug addicts, broken marriages, broken relationships.
Carol Dupre is describing the varying stories she and the court heard amid victim impact statements last week as part of a settlement reached with the Diocese of Rochester. There were more than 500 childhood clergy sexual abuse victims or survivors, 466 of whom voted unanimously in favor of the $246 million deal. Dupre herself was a victim when she was just 15 years old back in the 60s.
I have experienced other kinds of abuse, and I have not had a voice for it. And this gave me an opportunity to have a voice.
Also speaking out Wednesday, Bernardo Benitez, a survivor who came forward in 2002. He had the chance to speak directly with the priest who inflicted the abuse onto him and his brothers.
I asked him when I walked in, do you know who I am? And he says, yes, I do. You're one of the Benitez brothers. And I said, you know why I'm here? He said, yes, I do. I said, well, why did you know, this is what happened in my life because of what you did to me and my brothers. Now, why did you do this, you know? And he gave me some crazy excuse or whatever. But he asked for forgiveness, and I forgave him.
Attorney Mitchell Garabedian represents nearly 100 of the 466 survivors who signed off on the settlement agreement, which also includes the release of critical documents which record whom and how the church protects their own.
There are secret files. They're known as the Canon Law 489 files. And they'll be, I believe, in a public archive in a university so that the world can see these records.
Now, in terms of whether or not these survivors feel any needle has been moved on the deeply rooted issue of childhood sexual abuse within the Catholic Church, they each tell me they're not quite confident, noting it's part of the organization's modus operandi. However, they are holding on to hope leaders in the Catholic Church, including the Pope, more directly acknowledge, recognize, and verbalize the truth of what has plagued the institution for so long. We also received a statement from the Diocese of Rochester that can be available on our website, rochesterfirst.com. For now, reporting in the studio, Isabel Garcia, News 8.